Ira Helfand, you are a physician and a member of the Physicians of Prevention of Nuclear War. You have been engaged against nuclear proliferation and nuclear weapons for a long time, and you just come back from a weekend in Rome with a meeting with 200 Nobel Peace Prize laureates, making the connection between nuclear weapons and artificial intelligence.
Yes, the meeting actually was beyond just peace laureates. There were many physicist laureates, some laureates in economics, and also a lot of other people. There were experts in arms control and disarmament. There were experts on AI. There were representatives of the Vatican and several other faith communities there. And it was a real attempt to bring various communities that all have an important perspective on this terrible problem of the danger of nuclear war being severely increased by the integration of artificial intelligence systems into nuclear command and control systems.
So this came in the background of what the Pope already mentioned with this try to frame the work of intelligence artificial under a specific guideline and so on and so forth. Or yes, who were the initiatives of this meeting?
The meeting was initiated by International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And also by a group called the Global Nobel Assembly.
Yeah.
Which is a group of primarily non-peace laureates who last year held a conference about the danger of nuclear war and have joined their voice to the long-standing position taken by many peace laureates calling for the abolition of these weapons.
Okay, so but people from the Vatican were there, or
yes, and it was hosted by the Vatican
yeah.
At the Castel Gandolfo summer residence of the Pope.
Yeah. So to go now about the situation of nuclear weapon, how can we synthesize the specific situation now? Because most of us know the danger of nuclear weapon. Most people start to learn about AI, but what is the connection in some way between both of these technology and how they are affecting one another, if not, and producing this even increasing danger?
Well, we already have an extraordinarily dangerous situation, as you just mentioned, regarding nuclear war. In the last year, 5 of the 9 countries which have nuclear weapons have been engaged in active war.
Conflict, yeah.
2 of them, India and Pakistan, fighting each other in a conflict that could easily have escalated to a nuclear war. The Russians continue to make nuclear threats against Ukraine, and that could still happen. The United States continues to make nuclear threats against Iran. That could still happen. So against this very dangerous backdrop, we now have to think more about the progressive integration of artificial intelligence into the decision-making process. And it is already very advanced. The nuclear weapon states make a big point that there is a human in the loop, but that human is receiving data that is thoroughly, I would use the word corrupted, by the presence of artificial intelligence. The surveillance data, the probability, the target selection is all being influenced by artificial intelligence. And there are some tremendous problems associated with that. As we know, artificial intelligence hallucinates. It makes up data when it can't find the right answer.
Absolutely, yeah.
We know that there are built-in biases in artificial intelligence systems, which can prejudice the decisions that it recommends. And most importantly, artificial intelligence is designed and being used in this situation because it moves very quickly, cutting down still further the time for deliberation to make a decision to use nuclear weapons. It's our contention that nuclear weapons should never be used. No one should make this decision. But the input from artificial intelligence and the speeding up of the process increases dramatically the danger that someone will go ahead and use nuclear weapons. There's also something called automation bias, which is that people getting information from AI are inclined to believe it, even though they know that the information may be hallucinated. But this is a well-established phenomenon. We tend to put excessive trust in data and information that is generated by
And
computer systems.
and it can be used as a justification of, oh, this is not my responsibility because the machine gave me this answer. You know,
Uh,
it's
that's absolutely true. And, there remains the possibility that even ultimate decision making will be turned over to AI. It is being said that this will not happen, that there will always be a human in the loop. I think we should take very little solace from that because that human in the loop is not going to be able to do a whole lot if all the information being fed to him or her says you need to launch a nuclear war. But it will
and
be
if he
even
doesn't have
worse.
experiences of facing this type of critical decision, who is need require a knowledge of beyond just looking at the screen.
Absolutely, it requires some human empathy.
Yeah.
You know, if the AI device is programmed to prioritize quotes victory and doesn't understand that there is no victory in a nuclear war,
Mm-hmm.
it is being pushed.
Yeah.
By the way, there are some people who are arguing that artificial intelligence will make nuclear war less likely. There's no evidence to support that proposition. There's much to suggest that it will make it more likely. But the best that I think one could argue from their position is that we don't know if it's going to make it more or less likely, in which case it is ridiculous. It is profoundly wrong to insert this technology into the loop without knowing what it's going to do. It's as though, a pharmacy company developed a medication which might lessen the chance of someone getting cancer, but might increase the chance of them getting cancer. And in order to decide which it does, the company proposed that we make everybody take the medicine and see what happens. Because everyone will be at risk from a nuclear war. So this is an extraordinarily dangerous addition to the nuclear mix, and rightly the subject of this conference. And the conference concluded that it was necessary for the governments of the world, the 9 countries which have nuclear weapons, to take urgent action to eliminate their nuclear arsenals completely and irreversibly in an orderly way in which the process can be verified and can proceed according to an agreed upon timetable.
As we are today talking, it seems to be a faraway possibility. But do you think the increasing danger alarms the countries and we'll have to make a decision on that direction?
Yeah, I think it's a profound mistake for us to believe, as we all do, that this is a distant problem way off in the future that we
Yeah,
don't worry about right now.
yeah.
The danger of nuclear war is real. We almost had a catastrophic nuclear war between India and Pakistan just 15 months ago. We may still see the use of nuclear weapons in Ukraine or in Iran. This is not some distant threat. This is a real and present danger. And one of the biggest problems is that we are not acting that way. We're acting as though everything's going to be just fine. And
And
it may be,
yeah,
but there's no reason to assume that.
and the investment into the research and development of new technological enrichment of nuclear weapons, it's happening, and even other countries try to get hand of it, and so on and so forth. So it's not a dead. We are not stopping the development of it. We are not stopping the research. We are not stopping. It's an even increasing danger.
Exactly. There's an ongoing arms race in nuclear weapons. All 9 of the nuclear armed states are spending large amounts of money enhancing their arsenals, in some cases enlarging their arsenals. Uh, and there's a developing arms race around artificial intelligence. There's definitely an arms race mentality. All of the companies here in the United States are pushing rapidly ahead with the development of AI, even though they are aware of the dangers, because they're afraid that some other company is going to get a leg up on them.
And they are linked to the Pentagon.
And all of them together here in the United States view themselves in an arms race, especially with China. And the result of all this is the same kind of mistake we made with nuclear weapons. The technology is being pushed forward very rapidly with totally inadequate attention to safety and danger. And, this has to stop. I think one of the conclusions of this conference, I believe, was that it will be very difficult to unravel this situation, to separate AI technology from nuclear weapons in a verifiable way. And that becomes an even more powerful argument for the need to get rid of the weapons. If you can't get rid of the AI technology, and the AI technology is making the danger of nuclear war greater, it's further reason why we need to get rid of the weapons themselves. You know, that one of the slogans that we brought into this conference was, don't let AI get the bomb.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way we need to look at it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
We're very worried about, say, Iran getting the bomb,
Yeah.
or some other country. We should be equally worried about AI getting the bomb. That this conference will lead to increased attention to this problem. The Catholic Church, which hosted the conference, has a very strong position, both on the need to regulate AI and also on the need to abolish nuclear weapons. And we are hoping that they will use this conference as an impetus to spread that teaching more widely and more actively. We're hoping that other faith communities who have also opposed the existence of nuclear weapons will similarly take up this issue with greater energy. And we're hoping that the media will use this as an event, and bring this information to viewers and readers around the world who are not getting this information.
Yeah.
You know, one of the reasons that we're all going about our business as though the danger weren't there,
yeah,
because we're not being told about it.
Yeah, we have very little coverage of that event, and I'm very surprised about this because it was a very important event, and I'm not understanding why are we not having more exposure.
Well, hopefully there will be more in coming days. The Rome Declaration that was issued at the conclusion of the conference contains this very explicit and unequivocal call for the elimination of nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It also sounds the alarm about the danger of combining AI systems with nuclear command and control systems.
Perfect. Anything to add before we wrap up?
No, I think we've covered most of the stuff related directly to the conference, David.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for your work. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.